Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ian Doherty. I'm a spiritualist medium and I'm going to talk to you in this short video excerpt on the topic of aura photography. Now firstly, I want to apologise for the quality of the images that have been printed out onto glossy paper. They don't really pay homage to the actual aura photograph itself, but this is the best indication because bear in mind the people who had the aura photographs taken have the photographs. I have also blanked out the faces the best as I can, obviously for privacy and confidentiality. Now, what is aura photography? I'm going to talk a little bit about the tools that I use, the actual equipment, talk about the process, how it is brought about, and then of course a brief explanation on the various photographs that you see before you. Now, as for the equipment, I use a ProGen 6000 Aura camera. That is a Polaroid camera mounted onto a circuit board and then attached via leads to two hand plate sensors, one for the left, one for the right. What happens then with the process is that the person sits on the chair, puts their hands on both sensor plates, which are incidentally, one is connected to the power, producing a very light current. This measures the distribution of energy within the light spectrum. Okay, bearing in mind we are all encapsulated by an auric field, an aura. Please have a look at previous videos, the human aura and colour interpretation, for a further understanding of this video. Now, basically, aura photography is the process of measuring the distribution of energy within the light spectrum. Okay, the frequencies are constantly changing and emitting radiations which fluctuate through a marginal differential. So these energy changes, as I've mentioned, are measured by two hand plate sensors which correlate the differential energies, which are then digitized through the aura camera and presented onto a Polaroid film of areas of different colouring hues. Essentially you get a photograph of yourself surrounded by colours. Obviously the way of the aura photographer reader is to interpret these colours adequately to give a very good explanation of what is occurring. The aura image which is produced is only a facsimile of the aura and not necessarily produced in the aura as seen through a clairvoyant perspective, so it's the metering of the two. For myself, I give a person the understanding of what I'm seeing in their aura as the Polaroid image dries sufficiently enough to peel the backing off to produce the image. I have a background screen, a black background screen to which the person sits in front of. This is a very neutral colour and allows for all the deeper hues to be shown up rather than having a kaleidoscope of colours behind where the person sat. I also have a light source coming in. It's fair to say that some problems with the aura photographs are produced by bad light or by too much light. Bad light you will not see you, and when there's too much light it's all very wishy-washy. Now with that explained, a quick interpretation of the aura as we can see in front of us, the pictures. First of all, the one on the far left. There's a lot of amount of blue, a lot of pinks, quite a light cerise pink, and we go into a deeper red and a green with some very light blue over the front. First of all, this would indicate certainly the amount of aura that is above the person's head would put this person as being a very exuberant person, a very outgoing person. The red to the left hand side, as you can see the picture now, would indicate a period of or an amount of stress. This is correlated with the green, which is to the bottom right, which for myself indicates personal or family issues. So therefore we can say that this person is being stressed a little bit by a personal issue close to him, in all probability this person's partner. What we have to look at as well is the big infusion of white. Now this is not spirit, ladies and gentlemen, this is an intensity of thought. The blue going down the top would indicate that this person is an able meditator and can let the mind wander at a drop of a hat. I dare say he would be very much a case of whilst having a cup of coffee, able to daydream, come back and his coffee's cold. A very nice person. I've met him many a time, he's lovely. The second image, now if you notice straight away from the first one, the aura is a lot smaller. Look at the amount of black there is at the top of that film. That is the background. So this would indicate that A, the person could be tired, or the person is very much a private person withdrawing their own energy to themselves. In this case, it is the latter. There are hues of orange, yellow and red to the left, and on the right there is green and blue. Note, however, down to the bottom there seems to be no colours whatsoever in the family area, so that would indicate largely why this person has a very reduced aura. They feel a little bit on their own. The greens are very much an emotional colour, with the blues underneath the green being very much compassionate. The lighter colour you can see around the head is again the depth of thought. This person isn't sharing how they feel, which is perhaps part of a concern whereby in order to move forward, this person could decide to talk a little bit more. The red to the bottom is very much indicated here of stress. Now, the third image. The third image, again, in the picture doesn't come up in justice. It's all really is a very, very deep red. There's a big white blob to the left, and not seen very adequately on this picture, there is a white very much around her chin. Now, I do show this to people very regularly to get their interpretation, and largely it's a bit cruel of myself really, because this is not indicative of spirit, as so many mediums and psychics like to attest to. I was intrigued as to why this appeared on the image, and I was wondering why does it appear there? And the answer is, and I correlated this with many pictures afterwards, is sunlight coming from a very, very high window up in the room which I was taking the photographs, shining down onto the background. Sunlight was affecting the aura image. Therefore, that at the back there is purely just sunlight. It's a reflected image or in this case a refracted image onto the background I was using. So therefore it is not spirit at all. People can, and I say can, people can very much see what they want to see, believe what they want to believe. In essence, ladies and gentlemen, give it a go. Not necessarily the aura photography, but certainly question things, question your values, question your understanding. Just because somebody says it is, doesn't mean it is so. It is their interpretation. Please get involved, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions over anything I've talked about, if you want to know more about aura photography, about what the colour interpretations are, please get in touch. My email address is gimlit, spelled GIMLIT, @btinternet.com. Thank you.